heart-wrenching to see.
Tonight, a fire destroys 3 businesses up the North Shore. What fire crews are saying made battling the flames difficult.
And in a big move, Cleveland Cliffs announces they are temporarily laying off nearly 500 employees at the North Shore mine.
And later, the power of music. We'll introduce you to an Iron Range organist who is sharing traditional songs in hopes of spreading joy at a time when many feel alone.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Vaki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Tonight we're hearing from business owners and residents after a large fire in downtown Grand Marais destroyed 3 businesses.
The fire started just before 2 p.m. at the Crooked Spoon Cafe, but it wasn't long before the flames engulfed 2 neighboring businesses. CBS3's Natalie Grant was on scene of that fire today and saw the toll it took on the tight-knit community.
Devastation in Grand Marais Monday afternoon as a large fire quickly overtook 3 small businesses, burning them to the ground. The fire originally started at the Crooked Spoon Cafe, but spread to 2 other businesses, destroying them both. Crews fought for hours to extinguish the flames, but were met with challenges along the way.
Now, officials say that the large wind gusts that they were experiencing in downtown may have played a large role in containing this fire.
One of the shops lost was White Pine North. They had already been making business adjustments due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and although this was a huge loss, owner Tyler Dean says they are remaining optimistic.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year. I mean, just last week I was joking with my friend who owns a business and saying this whole pandemic was not in our business plan. We purchased it January 1st, 2020. And this week we're saying a fire's not in our business plan, and it's just kind of crazy, but we'll get through it and we'll rebuild and it'll be awesome. So
now Grand Marais residents say a loss like this takes an emotional toll on everyone.
It's heart-wrenching to see. I had some tears fill in my eyes when I first walked down here and just looked at the devastation in person. It's devastating for our community.
From a community looking to come together and rebuild.
The cause of the fire is under investigation. Thankfully, no one was hurt in the incident. We will continue to provide you with updates as they come in.
Meanwhile, an update to a house fire last week in Duluth's Lincoln Park neighborhood. One of the 2 people hurt in the early morning hours of April 5th has died. Authorities say Janice Smith was taken to Essentia Health. The 74-year-old later died at the hospital. Her official cause of death is still pending. A 67-year-old man was also injured at the fire. He has since been released from the hospital.
Today, Cleveland Cliffs announced it will lay off an estimated 470 employees from its North Shore mining operation in northern Minnesota. Company officials said due to poor market conditions in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, they will be temporarily idling production at 2 iron ore mining operations. That includes North Shore Mining in Silver Bay and the Tilden Mine in Michigan. The company said unless business circumstances change, it plans to temporarily idle production at North Shore Mine by mid-April, with a planned restart by August of this year. North Shore Mine employs 570 people. This is a developing story. Stay with CBS3 for the latest.
All right, Dave joins us now for a quick look at the weather. Dave, what an afternoon we had. Snowing, not snowing, sunny, snowing. We were all over the map.
Yeah, you know, Tony, I think I outsmarted myself when I volunteered to do this weather business out on my deck rather than inside like some of those other weathercasters are doing, because I've been rained on, snowed on, and now it's getting cold. On the snowy note, let's talk about the big totals that came out of the Upper Peninsula and the Bayfield Peninsula area, the whole snowbelt earlier today. We take a look at Namakagon, and they only got about 2 inches of snow there. But you swing over to Glidden, 8 inches, and then double that to go towards 16 for the folks in Guile. Big snows today. Now, little snows possible tonight. We got a dusting in Duluth a couple hours ago, like Tony mentioned. And as far as tomorrow goes, there's going to be a 20% chance of those flurries continuing at least until lunchtime. But then it should become a little bit sunnier, if not any warmer in the afternoon. Higher pressure settling in to indeed bring sunshine for a good portion of the week ahead. Will it perk up temperatures eventually? I'll let you know in just a little bit.
Thanks, Dave. New at 10, a big upset in the race for an open Supreme Court seat in Wisconsin. Liberal-leaning Judge Jill Karofsky unseated incumbent conservative Daniel Kelly. Karofsky's victory tips the balance in the conservative-controlled court from a 5-2 majority to a 4-3 majority. The victory marked the first time in 12 years a Supreme Court challenger ousted an incumbent, and just the second time in more than half a century. She will have a 10-year seat on the state's high court. Meanwhile, former Vice President Joe Biden took down Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders in the state's Democratic presidential primary. The race was called at about 4:45 this afternoon, with about 14% of precincts reporting. As the results continued filing in this evening, Biden ended up with 64% of the vote to Sanders' 31%. That was with about 95% of precincts reporting. As expected, President Donald Trump won the Republican nomination in the state this evening as well. The results come nearly a week after a controversial in-person election was ordered to be held, despite numerous calls to postpone it due to COVID-19 concerns.
The April elections now pave the way for a special election in the Badger State on May 12th. That will be to fill Congressman Sean Duffy's seat in Wisconsin's 7th District. But with the confusion last week, many Wisconsinites are wondering if the election will still happen or if any last-minute changes will be made. CBS 3's John Cardinelli spoke with Superior City Clerk today about how they are going to prepare for the special election.
With a lot of unpredictability in the future,
I'm not sure when the stay-at-home order is going to lift.
Preparing for Wisconsin's May 12th special election is not easy. Ballots for the election have already gone out, and the city is receiving them back in the mail.
I think it'll be a heavy absentee turnout again.
At this point, the city is proceeding as if the election will happen. Should stay-at-home orders be lifted, voters will turn to the polls normally. If stay-at-home orders are in place, precautions will be taken again.
We'll do the early curbside voting again and voting in the office.
For those who want to participate in the special election and don't want to show up to the polls, it's not too late.
Definitely get a hold of us. We can do an absentee ballot. They can get one online. We can get it through email. They can come in the office.
But if you're voting absentee, it is important to keep something in mind.
With how things go down in Madison, they change all the time, daily, sometimes hourly. I would recommend that people that are going to vote by absentee do it early, so there's no question about it.
With a fast-changing government and a pandemic at the forefront of people's minds, any and everything could happen come mid-May.
There is word Governor Tony Evers could try to push back the election if the state's stay-at-home order is still in place, but nothing formal has been announced.
To attend the Duluth branch of the NAACP is the latest organization to help fight against the spread of COVID-19. CBS 3's Jesse Slater tells us why members of the group handed out free homemade face masks to people among minority communities.
One of the most in-demand health supplies amid the pandemic was handed out to those disproportionately affected by COVID-19.
Black, Indigenous, and people of color face health disparities more than our majority community.
A new Centers for Disease Control report shows 1 in 3 hospitalized COVID-19 patients is African American.
Many of the people that have come were people of color, but we weren't going to turn anybody away. We want to get masks out to protect people.
In a time where so many people are hoping to get their hands on these hot commodities.
I made 200, and then another NAACP member made 200, and then a couple people donated some homemade sewn masks.
Many people in the community are stepping up by creating, donating, or handing out masks in order to keep coronavirus cases to a minimum.
The fact that the masks that we have here are pretty much now down to a minimal amount shows the need that people know that the supplies are depleted.
400 masks
to prevent getting,
and this is the last one.
The campaign hoping to reach communities far and wide to make sure no one goes without a protective mask.
I got 2 of them, one for me and one for my wife.
The goal is to protect people, and it feels like that's what we are helping to do.
The NAACP is holding another handout event Thursday. They are asking for donations of masks or materials. For more information, head on over to CBS3Duluth.com.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, although churches may be empty as people stay at home, one local organist is taking her talents online in hopes of keeping traditions alive.
And stay tuned. Dave will have your full weather forecast coming up in just a bit.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Vaping has been declared a national epidemic among youth. 1 in 3 high schoolers vape in northeastern Minnesota.
My child started having seizures from vaping. There's still so many unknown chemicals.
1 vape cartridge has as much nicotine as at least 2 packs of cigarettes.
My child was hospitalized with severe lung injuries.
They said it was no big deal.
My child said it was no risk.
That it was under control.
That's what my child said. But what could I have said? Get the facts and talk to your child today.
Cover more ground with the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Gas-powered for a top speed of 40 miles per hour. Best-in-class acceleration and handling with cargo. The strength to haul a half-ton and tow a full-ton. All backed by a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Get more done right with the Kubota Sidekick. Visit your local Kubota dealer today.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
Coming together makes us stronger. And Ford is built to lend a hand, especially now, with 6-month payment relief. Buy a new Ford. We'll defer 3 payments and make 3 payments for peace of mind up to 6 months. Shop at Ford.com or contact your Ford dealer to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. You have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you.
Northland, when you want the most new country, make the switch to Cat Country 98.9 KTZO.
Never met a girl like you. What makes you country?
Number 1 for the most new country.
Kelly Hinseth takes her job at full throttle. There's no slowing down. She's full of enthusiasm.
Kelly brings a youthful exuberance to the newscast. She's loaded with energy. She's really passionate about sports.
I think even if you're not interested in sports, she draws you in.
She's always up and ready to go and ready to show us the latest in sports.
Get to know Kelly Hinseth weekday nights on Live Local CBS3. Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS3 Duluth.
Now that the main body of the low-pressure system that brought heavy snow to the snowbelt today is going away, the cold air is wrapping in behind, and it feels awfully wintry. Here in Duluth, we didn't get the big snows, but we did get a dusting of flurry activity. That's a trough of lower pressure dragging behind the departing low. Eventually, though, higher pressure will come in and clear things up and make things sunny and chase away the flurries. But at the same time, it's also going to help egg on a little bit of a cold snap here. So on that note, let us eye up the current conditions coming in from the airport in Duluth, where we're going to see that the sky is wobbling between cloudy and clear. And when it's a little bit cloudy, we get some flurries. And when it's clear, it chills down. Right now, we're at 23 degrees. Relative humidity is 53%. And our wind is northwesterly at 12 miles per hour. Pressure is increasing, though, now up to 1,017 millibars. Current conditions for the rest of the region show a slowly clearing sky, especially in Minnesota, but clouds still lingering in Wisconsin and Michigan, where the snow lasted the longest. Temperatures already dipping into the teens in northern Minnesota, still into the 20s for much of Wisconsin and into the UP as well. But I think we're all going to be taking a little trip down into the teens here as the night goes on by tomorrow morning. Doppler map right now shows that trailing trough of lower pressure still kicking up a couple of snow showers out there, but I don't think they're going to add up to much more than a dusting. Already did do a dusting here in Duluth, and of course the snow belt managed towards 16 inches in some towns. This flurry chance is only a 20%er, but it's already paid off for a lot of places, and it could linger till about the noon hour tomorrow, but eventually it will go away, and higher pressure from the northwest settles in. And like I mentioned, the approach of that high initially will keep temperatures down, but it should bring in sunshine, which in turn will help perk temperatures up as the rest of the week unfolds. And by next weekend, we just might be getting into the 50s. 20s. But from now until then, it's going to be a slow rebuilding process with 30s first, and then the 40s, and then finally the 50s. Low temps in Minnesota tonight, 12 inland, maybe 22 degrees right by the lake with that 20% chance for the flurries. Wisconsin and Michigan should see temperatures just a little bit warmer than that, but not that much. 14 to 17 with that 20% chance for flurries as well. And now swinging into the forecast for tomorrow for Wisconsin and the UP, the high temperatures will be cooler than normal and go 32 to 35 degrees with the 20% flurry chance, at least for the first half of the day. And Minnesotans may see a few more snow showers as well, with a range of high temperatures there going from 30 to about 35. But warmth, at least comparatively speaking, is coming for the rest of the week. As our 7-day forecast comes across, we're going to see that we go from 34 on Tuesday to 39 on Wednesday to sunny and not bad, 44, 46 Thursday and Friday. Saturday's the day we hit 54 degrees and we get a 30% chance for rain showers rather than the snow showers. And there's never a sure sign of spring around here until summer gets here. But maybe this is a hint. We can finally break this pattern and start to warm up.
We'll see. We'll certainly cross our fingers. Thanks, Dave.
Keeping tradition alive through the sound of music. Tonight we're introducing you to a talented organist on the Iron Range who is taking her classical music online in hopes of sharing some familiar sounds during this unusual time. Bach, Beethoven, Mozart. You name it, Vicki Gornick can play it.
It can be so quiet. And then I can light it up and put all the stops on. And it just cranks, and it's so loud and powerful. It's fun to play.
Gornick is a known organist on the Iron Range. Her personality as big as the instrument she plays.
I've been a church organist for almost 50 years, and I just couldn't not play them.
With churches closed during Minnesota's stay-at-home order, Gornick had to get creative, sharing traditional music in a non-traditional way.
And when I posted the first one, I got so many beautiful comments how they loved hearing, some of the traditional music.
So Gornick keeps playing and posting.
I was laughing because I'll do a concert here at St. Joe's and maybe, 60 to 80 people will be here, and then there's 400 views on one of my little contributions.
Using the power of her keyboard to bring peace during an uncertain time.
Brings back all those beautiful memories of Easter's past. This one is going to be a little different, but I think just the power of the music.
Not only has Gornick taken her performances virtual, she's also teaching her piano lessons online. If you're interested, Gornick says she does plan on continuing to post her performances on the Lockdown Lounge page on Facebook, adding that she's continuing to get requests for certain songs and she is happy to make them happen.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, the president announces a special team seeking to examine the reopening of the country. Details coming up.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Benedictine Living Community of Duluth, where health, wellness, and choice come to life. Nestled on the beautiful campus of the St. Scholastica Monastery and the College of St. Scholastica, the Benedictine Living Community provides a full range of living options and care services. This continuum of care is designed to be seamless to help our residents to age in place. Visit us today. Benedictine Living Community of Duluth. Living fully, living well.
It's spring season, but at Oak Lake RV, it's ultralight camper season. Take time to escape to the outdoors today and browse our easy-to-pull campers. From Rockwood Geos to Coachman campers, we have a variety of campers in stock, including all sizes, with low payments starting under $150 a month. Celebrate ultralight camper season. Visit oaklakerv.com for more details. Oak Lake RV in Moose Lake, family-owned and operated since 1930.
At Papa Murphy's, we knead seriously, chop seriously, and shred seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays, even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
Make your house a home for a lifetime with Scott Diedrichson Construction. From siding, windows, roofing, decks, and doors, we deliver the highest quality of construction and remodeling services for all of your needs. Call or visit us at scottdiedrichson.com today and set up an appointment to receive your free estimate. Scott Diedrichson Construction, restoring the beauty of your home.
Wash your hands, avoid sick people, and touching your face. There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. Brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
The coronavirus story continues to change, both around the world and here at home. We know you have questions and concerns. At Live Local CBS3, our focus is to keep you informed and up to date on the evolving COVID-19 virus story. We'll continue to talk to healthcare professionals to get the information you need to know. Focused on bringing you facts, not fear. That's our promise. We're Live Local CBS3. Local for a reason.
The 2020 Honda Rubicon at RJ Sport and Cycling.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS3 Duluth.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez on CBS3.
We're learning more about the new team of experts President Trump is assembling to examine the eventual reopening of the country, as one of the president's top experts took the podium to set the record straight on what he called a, quote, wrong choice of words. Kyla Henry is at the White House with more.
Thank you, Mr. President.
The president's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, clarified comments he made Sunday when he told CNN more lives would have been saved with earlier mitigation. But there was pushback.
The first and only time that I went in and said we should do mitigation strongly, the response was, yes, we'll do it.
You said there was pushback.
No, it wasn't, and that was the wrong choice of words.
Fauci's CNN comments followed a New York Times report that said President Trump rebuffed appeals to take more drastic measures back in February.
The story in the New York Times was a total fake. It's a fake newspaper, and they write fake stories.
Direct payments to Americans began last Friday, and the president says more than 80 million Americans will have received payments by the end of the week.
These payments go directly into the banks and the bank accounts of these people.
President Trump's expected to announce another team of experts this week to come up with guidance on how and when to reopen parts of the country.
CBS News has confirmed that more than a dozen people will serve on the president's council to reopen America, including White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin.
We reviewed with the president today a very broad list of over 100 business people that are going to help advise the president.
The Senate will come to order.
Meanwhile, Congress remains at an impasse over additional funding for the Paycheck Protection Program. As officials warn, it could run out of money by the end of the week. The administration's requested an additional $250 billion for the popular small business loan program, but Democrats also want to include more money for hospitals and state and local governments.
Let's take a quick look at the number of coronavirus cases around our area. In Michigan, there are more than 25,000 cases with about 1,600 deaths. In Wisconsin, there are more than 3,400 cases and about 150 deaths. And Minnesota has the lowest infection rate in the country with about 1,600 cases and 70 deaths. Worldwide, there are 1.9 million cases with about 450,000 recoveries. All right, Neil Viersma joins us now for a look at what's coming up in sports. Hey, Neil.
Thank you, Kristen. With all that's going on right now, the NFL and NBA are trying something different. We'll have more on that coming up right after the break.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
The nursing program at Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is really challenging, but it has to be. It's approved by the Board of Nursing. And graduates here have been successfully passing the state board exam. They give you real-world experience with healthcare institutions across the community. I'm really glad I chose Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College.
Through all the world events since 1936, Culligan Water has continued to provide better, safer water with our filtration systems for homes and businesses. These days, as a designated essential business, Culligan's water professionals are standing by ready to help.
My name is Dan Metcalf. I'm a general surgeon and a colorectal surgeon at Memorial Medical Center. I bring a new set of skills to Ashland, and some of what Ashland would allow me is a culture that is very patient-centered. That's a really important part of surgery or medicine in general, is really getting to know the people that you're taking care of. I get the joy of seeing patients every day and taking care of people every day and learning about their lives as well as fixing them.
For over 80 years, Nissan has been with you through thick and thin. And now is no different. We're offering payment options for current owners. Our service departments are here to help. And now we're offering more help. No payments for 3 months, plus we'll cover your payments for up to 2 additional months. Or get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 13 models. This is help when you need it.
Don't risk life or limb cleaning out your gutters. With one simple click or call, Gutter Helmet will provide a free inspection and estimate to eliminate the dangerous chore permanently. Our certified installers will clean out, tune up, install Gutter Helmet over new or existing gutters, and clean up the work area in less than a day. Gutter Helmet blends in beautifully with your home, is engineered to handle the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty, assuring you'll never clean your gutters again. Gutter Helmet, retiring ladders since 1981.
Duke is a man of few words and many songs.
Let freedom ring. Gone country. Going down till the sun comes up.
It's 102.5.
Duke FM.
Hi, Minnesota. Governor Tim Walz here. During this unprecedented battle against the COVID-19 virus, I want to say how grateful I am for Minnesota's willingness to help one another. I also want to make sure that I say, continue to watch your local news stations. Local news and local newspapers are putting out facts and not fear, and that's what it's going to take to get through this together. If you need more information, please go to the Minnesota Department of Health website. Together, Minnesotans will defeat this and come out better on the other side. Thank you.
I chose a career that isn't easy, it's dangerous, and it's hard. Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College has set me up with everything I need to succeed. Through challenging classes, longer defensive tactics training, and instructors who work in the industry, Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is setting me up for success.
There was some sad news from the football world today as former Vikings quarterback Tavares Jackson was killed in a car accident. Jackson was involved in a single vehicle crash near his hometown of Montgomery, Alabama. His 10-year playing career began in Minnesota, where he started 21 games for the Vikings. Jackson's best season came in 2008 when he led the team to an NFC North title. Following the Vikings, Jackson went on to Seattle, where he would win his first Super Bowl title in 2013. Jackson was 36 years old. As the COVID-19 pandemic continues, the NFL is still planning to hold its annual draft a week from Thursday. Today, we learned that NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell announced the name of this year's first-round picks from his basement. So it'll be a whole lot like your fantasy football draft. That's the word from Football Morning in America's Peter King. Goodell announced the picks from this home in Bronxville, New York. The players being selected will be at home as well, and 58 of this year's top prospects have been sent cameras that will capture the reaction to being picked. NFL Network and ESPN are putting together a joint broadcast of the draft that will air on both networks 1 week from Thursday on April 23rd. More NFL news that some fans will definitely appreciate. The NFL Competition Committee has voted not to endorse a renewal of replay reviews for pass interference next season. Last year, the NFL owners voted 31-1 at the league's meetings to make pass interference reviewable. But after giving it a try for 1 year, the rule will be changed back to the referee's initial call on the field. The committee also voted not to follow up on a couple of team proposals involving several versions of a sky judge. Team owners will have an official vote to re-implement the rule. Now, shifting to basketball, some tough news coming from the Timberwolves organization as the mother of center Karl Anthony Towns has died from complications from the coronavirus. Towns took to social media late last week to announce his mother had contracted the coronavirus. A statement from a Towns family spokesperson says Jackie Towns passed away today after battling the virus for more than a month. In the statement, the family thanked the medical center who fought for Jackie day in and day out. While we wait until May for the NBA to readdress its shutdown by the COVID-19 outbreak, the league's commissioner has encouraged all employees to think ahead. NBA team executives and medical personnel have been discussing possible protocols to prepare players to resume playing games. One of the ideas is a proposed 25-day program to get players ready to compete once again. The plan includes an 11-day stretch of individual workouts followed by a 2-week training camp, pending the okay from medical officials. As for how the athletes are passing time until that decision is made, how about an old school game of horse? NBA stars such as Trae Young, Chris Paul, and former Timberwolves Zach LaVine, along with some WNBA players, hit their respective courts to take part in the virtual competition. This is the 4th time the NBA has hosted a horse competition, the last competition being in 2010 when Kevin Durant went back-to-back to claim bragging rights. Now that's all for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Choose to make a healthy difference in people's lives and join our team. Visit EssentiaCareers.org.
Take control of your time by signing up for Minnesota Power's My Account to get instant access, free online payments, track energy use, and more. Tap, pay, done. Register today at mnpower.com. Minnesota Power, we're moving energy forward.
Your Lake Superior Honda dealers want you to be safe. And right now, you need a car you can count on and your dealer to go the extra mile. And while everything is changing around us, one thing hasn't changed: our commitment to you. That's why we're working to follow all government guidelines and doing everything we can to help you stay safe with a reliable car that's ready to go when you need it. For details, call your Honda dealer or visit shophonda.com today.
Your work is your name. You live by it. At Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment, we take our name, our work, just as seriously. John Deere excavators, skid steers, and loaders have the compact agility and big-time ability you need to finish the job. Comfortable, affordable, and backed by a 2-year, 2,000-hour full machine warranty. Standard. In-person service calls and parts delivery keep you work ready. Our techs are highly trained and incredibly knowledgeable. Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment. We make sure the work lives up to your name.
I hail from Canada, but I'm not a hockey player. I came here for soccer, but my journey at UWS has turned into much more than just an athletic endeavor. I have a lot to thank the professors for allowing me the opportunity to have confidence in myself, whether it's on the field or in the classroom or on the campus, and I think that I really flourished. For me, my experience at UWS has truly allowed me to connect with who I am. You know, for such a small campus, I think it offers such a big experience. The name Superior truly fits this institution.
Shopping for a new kitchen at Skips has never been better. Take home your dream kitchen today with Skips' new Glenwood and White cabinets. Enjoy freedom and flexibility with your own movable island today. You can rely on Skips for quality and durability at affordable prices. Stop by with your measurements and see how you can take home beautifully painted or stained cabinets today at a truly affordable price. Visit us online at skipshomecenter.com or stop in to see our showroom at 4728 Rice Lake Road, Duluth. Minnesota Power's mobile app puts the power at your fingertips and lets you take My Account with you wherever you go. Pay your bill, make account changes, track your energy use, and get power outage information anytime, anywhere. Minnesota Power, we're moving energy forward.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Business is getting ready to bloom at local greenhouses. Susie's Greenhouse, located off Duluth's Normanna Road, is getting ready to open for its season. That's after Minnesota's governor made an exception to his executive order last week. Owner Susie Belfi said she plans to open May 6th for curbside pickup while taking other social distancing measures as well. She hopes she can open everything up by May 14th. Belfi is looking forward to it and just wants to keep everyone safe.
Well, we're going to watch and only allow so many in the greenhouses at once and do the one-way aisles. We can do that in every greenhouse except one. I know Minnesota is doing very well with this, so I'm just going to try and keep everybody safe.
Susie says she has gloves and cleaning products on hand for staff. She's just looking for hand sanitizer.
Are you a green thumb?
I try to be.
Yeah.
I'm not great at it, though.
I always want to be one, but it's much easier said than done. You keep like a vase of flowers alive for a week or so, but planting stuff.
Well, there's nothing better than fresh veggies out of the garden, right?
Yeah.
So if you feel like sharing,
send them our way because we have trouble growing them, apparently.
But, you know, we try.
We try, yeah.
Right. Well, thanks for joining us tonight.
We'll see you tomorrow.